Hello, everyone. We are so excited to be joining you today in partnership with Study in the USA. My name is Amy Stringwell, and I'm the International Admissions Coordinator here at Elgin Community College. Oh, great. We have some people joining us live. So excited to see everyone. Hello. Again, I'm Amy Stringwell. I'm the International Admissions Coordinator here at Elgin Community College. And we're joined today by Julia Navarro. She's our student here from Brazil. She's going to be speaking to us today about how she's been involved in campus life and many of the experiences that she's had being an international student here at ECC. We're going to go over kind of what studying in the USA is like, hearing directly from Julia about her experiences. And I'm so excited to introduce you here today. We have a little bit of everything we're going to go over, but if you have any questions, please go ahead and put those in the comments. We'll try to answer as many as we can at the end. And yeah, Julia's been involved in campus life here, many experiences such as living with a homestay family. You've participated in student clubs and just the experience of adjusting to life in the United States. So Julia, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And just again, for everyone joining us, just briefly, my name's Amy Stringwell. We're going to talk about all things Elgin Community College here in collaboration with Study in the USA. So Julia, could you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself and where you're from in Brazil? And then just for fun, let's also share our favorite coffee orders.
Yeah, so I'm from a big city actually in Brazil called São Paulo. It's very urban, kind of like Chicago. And my coffee order is from Dunkin' Donuts, the brown sugar shaken espresso. It's my favorite, and it has oat milk in it, which was very confusing in the beginning when I got here because I didn't know there were so many milk options.
So many types of milk to choose from when you're ordering your coffees here. Cold foam, whole milk, oat milk, almond milk. I'm kind of just a plain coffee kind of person, maybe just a splash of cream. But we really love to enjoy like coffee and tea in our office. We have a little snack area, and it's become a real hub of international student activity. So if you're a student here, you're welcome to stop by the Center for Global Engagement, pop by, get a tea or coffee and a little snack and chat with us if you're in the area. But let's get on to some of the questions about studying here at Elgin. So tell us a little bit more about what inspired your decision overall to study in the United States.
Yeah, so in Brazil we have like very public, completely free universities, and they're very, very competitive, especially if it's a competitive major or a popular major. And I tried getting into one of those public universities for 3 years, I believe, and I wasn't able to reach like the grade that I needed for my major, which is psychology. And after my third attempt, my parents told me that if I wanted to, they would give me the opportunity to come here and study here, and I thought that would be a great growth opportunity. So yeah, I researched and I decided to come.
Yeah, the chance to pursue the major that you wanted and study in the US, so two opportunities there in one. And what made you specifically choose Elgin Community College to start that journey?
So I visited a lot of different universities and community colleges, and I just really, really liked the campus. It's like the right amount of big.
It's the right size, the right feel. And we're also an open enrollment institution, so you didn't have to compete with other students to be accepted into your major. You can pursue the studies that you want. And that's a really great opportunity that you only get at a community college because of our open enrollment and accessibility mission. So we do want to be accessible to students who want to pursue their goals and their dreams and not limit the majors that you can study.
I also liked the location a lot. It's pretty close to like supermarkets and food chains. So that was really big for me because I visited other campuses that were kind of like far away from everything. So I liked that too.
Yeah, we're not too far outside of the city of Chicago, about 45 minutes by train. So when you got to campus, you got to see that we're a little bit more of a green space. We've got lots of trees, and it's a little more of a suburban environment. So lots of, places to go hiking and kayaking. There's lots of things to do in our area, but lots of little downtowns where you can find shopping, restaurants, and you're not too far to drive or bike, take the bus to any of those local popular options. So What were some of your first impressions when you got to campus?
I just thought it was really pretty campus, even though the first time I came here was winter, so it was kind of like snow everywhere, but I still thought it was really pretty.
Had you seen snow before?
No.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we don't have snow in Brazil. It's always like warm, so it was a pretty big shock too. And that was another thing too. I really liked that the most of the buildings are connected, so I didn't have to go out in the snow to get from class to class, so that was really cool too.
Very convenient to get around campus. And any specific moment that made you feel like ECC was the right decision for you?
I think when I started going out more with people that I met here, because I realized that I was building a community here, and meeting other international students also who I could share experiences that we had in common with.
Mm-hmm.
That was really big, and making American friends, and just building a support system here.
Yeah, you made a lot of friends right away, got involved, and so it's more of a maybe not a immediate this is the right moment, but it was gradual over time. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. And many international students say that within the first few weeks of being in a new country can be pretty challenging. Mm-hmm. So what made you feel the most welcomed or supported when you started here at ECC?
I think all of the staff and the professors were really nice and supportive and helpful. So I think that was a big thing also. Yeah,
we try to make sure that you're feeling welcomed, answer any questions that you have, making sure that you meet all the right people, check all the right boxes, get all those steps done, because there's so many steps to complete, and then you haven't even started classes yet. So we want to make sure that you're getting off on the right foot. Okay, so back to academics. Mm-hmm. You're studying psychology as a major, correct?
Yeah.
So what inspired your interest in studying that field?
So I started going to therapy myself a few years ago, and I got a lot of help from it, and I realized that I could also help other people through that. And so I just also really am super interested in how the brain works and why we think the things that we think and behave the way that we do. So that was a good combo of something that I'm interested in and helping other people.
Yeah, and you always strike me, you have a genuine interest in psychology. You always come into the office with an anecdote that you've learned in class and just something that's really inspired you. So a little bit more, what are your actual classes like here at ECC?
So being a community college, the classes are smaller, mm-hmm. which I like because I have more access to the professors, and it's also a better opportunity to actually meet people that are in my classes. I've made a lot of friends just talking to them in class. And I've taken my gen eds, my general education classes, so that I can transfer. And now I'm also getting to take more electives. I'm taking a lot of art classes right now, and that's fun to explore that side of me.
Yeah, that's a really neat combination of being able to study general education and your major, plus mm-hmm. try some fun electives.
Yeah.
You came in the other day and you had built in your sculpture class a camera, and we were talking about how that's really cool that you've now explored that area, and that kind of leads into things like art therapy and mm-hmm. some of those advanced areas. And we have a really great wellness services office here on campus, so we should mention that too. Not only do you have access to talk to therapists here on campus and wellness counselors, but we want all those opportunities inside and outside of the classroom for you to have good experiences here at ECC.
Yeah.
How about sharing another specific moment that you maybe had with a professor or in a class that really had a strong impact on your learning and your confidence?
My first semester here, actually, I was taking a U.S. history class with my professor's name was Vincent Gaddis.
Mm-hmm. He's very popular here at ECC.
He's the best. I loved his class, and I hadn't taken English 101 yet.
Yeah.
And I had never written a paper in the format that I had to write. I had to write a research paper in Chicago style.
Oh yeah, all the rules you have to follow and cite your sources.
It was a lot of information to take in and learn how to do it, and I talked to him and explained the situation, and he was so understanding and helpful, and he kind of went over it with me, but also directed me to other resources on campus that I could get help from. So that was really good.
Yeah, and just your ability with language learning. English
mm-hmm.
is not your first language, it's your second language. So Portuguese is Julia's first language, and just making sure that you had that connection between all of the things that we have to talk about in like college level terms that you were learning for the first time. You have kind of that little learning curve where you have to, know what's, not only translating it from Portuguese into English in your head, but then putting it on paper. So also resources like free tutoring that we have here at ECC and the Writing Center called The Right Place is really great to help finesse those papers. And
for sure,
our wonderful professors, of course, their classes fill up quick. So when you're a student here, you gotta enroll early to get a professor like Dr. Gaddis.
Yeah.
So a little bit more about support. So moving to a new country is a huge transition. What kind of support did you receive specifically from our Center for Global Engagement that helped you when you arrived?
So my advisor was a big help when I got here. She helped me plan out my classes and everything, and the Center for Global Engagement was pretty helpful with all the bureaucracy stuff that I had to understand. It's pretty tough, like when you don't know a lot, it's kind of hard to understand everything about my visa and traveling and getting a driver's license and everything like that. So whenever I came in with a question, you guys were always super helpful, and yeah, it was great.
So many boxes that you have to check again before you even get started with your classes. I do see a quick question someone asked about affordability and things like admission requirements, bank statements, and that's all things that we helped you with before you arrived. So we try to be as responsive as we can via email and getting you the information about how much money you have to show us for the cost of attendance. All of that information is on our website, so we'd encourage you to go to elgin.edu/international to learn about all the admission requirements. But in general, again, being a community college, we're accessible, we're extremely affordable, and we're going to help you through each of those steps. So let's get back to your academic advisor. You mentioned Ashley. How did she help you plan out your academic path at ECC?
So my first meeting with her was actually through Zoom.
Because you were in Brazil still, and she was here, so.
Yeah, so we scheduled a meeting online, and she kind of went over with me like all the credits that I had to take, and about explained to me what general education classes were, and that I also had a certain amount of electives that I had to take, and went through all of it with me and explained how transferring works and helped me plan out all of my semesters in advance, and explained that I could also change, let's say I planned a class for my third semester that I don't want to take anymore, I could also change that also at another time. So that was really helpful to understand which classes I had to take.
It's great. I love having a plan in place, but the ability to be flexible and adjust. So let's switch over to your experience with homestay. Something that ECC does not offer would be on-campus dormitories or housing. So what we offer is a really unique homestay program where we know all of the families and we help match you with a family to live and be really a guest in their home. They're going to treat you like a family member, take you on excursions, but you tell us a little bit more about your experience with your homestay.
Yeah, so I had a great time, honestly. I don't know if we were just really compatible, but they kind of reminded me of my family in some ways.
Great.
Yeah, they were really kind and supportive and helpful. I remember at the time I had some medical issues, and they helped me, understand where to go and who to talk to and how to navigate that also. And they were just so nice, and they took me on trips from time to time. If they were going on a short vacation, they would invite me.
So nice.
Yeah, they were really nice. Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about things like paying for your internet, or they're going to have things like breakfast available to you, and a lot of great things that you just don't have to worry about because you're not living alone, and you're getting that kind of way to ease into the U.S. and American lifestyle. That's great. Would you recommend the homestay program to other international students?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Not just because it's more affordable than living by yourself, but also because it's just a great experience, and you get to meet so many nice people, and it's just a great experience.
Yeah, and now you're enjoying apartment style living, so you've kind of had both experiences, and you've gotten to see all the different types of living situations here in America. So about making friends in campus life, when you make friends, studying abroad, it's a big experience. So how did you start building that community at ECC?
I remember actually on orientation when I first got here, one of the clubs here at ECC came to the orientation and talked about their club and what they were doing, and I just kind of went up to one of them and was like, "Hi, I'm Julia," and
how do I join?
Yeah, how do I join? What do I do? And they were super nice. They explained everything to me and kind of gave me a tour of where all of the clubs are, and we kind of just became friends. And then from one friend you meet another friend and another, and you just start building connections.
And the Student Life Office is really great. They run tons of events and programming. We're always celebrating every holiday here on campus. And it's a great center to just make friends, to meet people, and to just sign up for whatever's going on next. So the student life and activities. So even though we don't have overnight, housing here, there's always something going on. Early in the morning, late into the evening, students tend to spend all day here on campus, which is awesome. So more about those activities and excursions, specifically the ones that maybe our Global Engagement Office have offered. Which of those have you enjoyed?
I really liked when we went to Starved Rock. It was kind of like a hiking activity. It was really fun.
Yeah, it's a state park about an hour south of Elgin, so pretty a little bit farther outside the city of Chicago, but we transported everybody there and went hiking, which was a really fun day.
It was very fun.
What else?
The hot cocoa that was in ECC, we had like hot cocoa and trail mix and like a movie. It was fun.
That's during the winter months. We got to do something fun when it's cold outside.
Yeah.
So we try to at least gather everybody together for food and community.
Yeah. The International Week events are really fun. Trivia night that Amy hosts.
We love our trivia, so it was all international themed.
Yeah.
So if you knew a lot about like Bollywood movies, international music, you were getting extra points there.
Yeah.
And then we try to host something as often as possible to just make sure we're getting everyone together. And then you guys kind of start to form your own groups and do your own thing. So you've taken some trips, into Chicago. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So where do you spend the most time when you're here on campus, and you're not in class?
Yeah. Well, I actually have a job here on campus at the Center for Global Engagement, and so that's where I usually am if I'm not in class. But other than that, I just try to find, there's a lot of good studying places here. The library is great. There's just, this place where we are right now.
It's not in our office.
Yeah.
It's just another space with beautiful lighting and windows. There's so many great study spaces on campus, for sure.
There's quiet places. There's not so quiet places. There's something for everyone. It's great.
And you said in just the short time that you've been here, you got the job in our office, but you've also expanded to working in admissions, giving tours of campus.
Yeah.
You're frequently recruited to do other, student life events on campus too, and that's been really fun. So I'm really glad that you've had a good experience finding a job. And what was that like, finding your job on campus?
It was a good experience. I mean, you guys also helped me a lot with that, with getting a social security number and everything. There's resources here to prepare for the interview.
You got to start with the resume and the interview, and then there's again more steps, more paperwork that you have to go through to get through that. So I'm glad to get you to those resources on campus. So what else do you like doing for fun in Elgin or in Chicago in general?
Well, in Chicago, I've actually been there quite a lot ever since I got here. I've recently been to a comedy show there.
You took the train, right, downtown to the comedy show. So
I'm getting more used to taking the train, taking the bus there even. I've been to a few concerts also. It's just sometimes I just go there and just walk around.
Yeah, you and your friends seem to always know the cool new emerging artists, and there's a lot to do. And other things you can do in Chicago, there's big sporting events, of course, big food festivals. We took everyone to Taste of Chicago last spring, which was really fun. And we try to make it into the city a little bit, but in Elgin, there's things like lots of hiking and sports you can do here. There's always, it seems like, a soccer game going on outside or something fun. So everyone likes to, enjoy that outdoor time as well outside of the city. Anything that surprised you the most about living in Illinois instead of Brazil?
Yeah, I mean, especially living in like around Elgin, because it's a very suburban area, it was very like weird for me that places are not walkable, that you kind of have to have a car or like have access to some kind of transport.
Yeah.
Very different from the city, but yeah, that was I think my biggest shock.
Yeah, so access to a car, or a lot of students, even students who live here, we see taking things like Uber and Lyft to get to and from their homes to campus, so not unusual for sure. But it's a little bit different here. It's warmer in São Paulo. Right?
Yes, very much.
Yeah, so we do get all 4 seasons here, like we mentioned. So a little bit different, but you've made it the adjustment.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Starting to wrap up a little bit, tell us more about your goals after you finish your studies at ECC. What comes next?
So I'm actually I'm in the process of applying for OPT, which is an opportunity. I don't know if you want to talk
optional
about that.
practical training. So that's an opportunity after you finish your degree here. You can then apply to work off campus. You don't have to study. So it's a year of work experience off campus.
Yeah, and it's really cool because I get to work with something that's related to my major. So that's experience before I actually get my bachelor's. Which is not just great for my resume, but just for life. And, it also helps financially and everything like that. So that's what I'm planning to do for the next year. And then after that, I'm planning to transfer to a 4-year university.
And you've done some exploration about, we often have transfer schools here visit our campus to recruit you, and you can also take excursions to other campuses. Yeah, we have so many transfer universities nearby, so it's a really great opportunity. You've visited schools in Michigan, you've gone to other states nearby to look around, so there's so many, and you get that extra time to explore where the next best fit is going to be for you with the 2 years that you're studying here with us. So any advice that you have for future international students? Because many of our students watching from home today might be considering studying in the US but feeling a little bit nervous about leaving home.
Yeah, I would say, well, first of all, do your research, definitely look at, which state you want to go into, which kind of school do you want to go to, and if they have the program that you want, all that sort of stuff. And then, once you do get here, definitely build a community, be open to making friends, and just be open to having those experiences.
Yeah, get involved when you're here on campus, make the best of your experience, and use all the resources and people that are here to help you along the way. Okay, so just a little bit, let's see. We've got a few people joining us live. Let's see if we have any questions. So before we wrap up, we'd like to hear from everybody watching today. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put those in the comments. We'll try to answer. Let me see if we have any questions here. I think we answered the question about affordability. We definitely want everyone to visit our website. So that's going to be elgin.edu/international to see all of those admission steps and ways to get in touch with me. Again, I'm Amy Stringwell. I'm the International Admissions Coordinator here, and I'm going to help you every step of the way, get through step 1 with that application or just researching, all the way through getting your paperwork and making your way here to ECC. So again, Julia, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your story. Your experience is going to help so many students around the world who are thinking about studying in the US. And thank you to Study in the USA for letting us collaborate with them today. So again, anyone interested in studying with us should visit our website, which is elgin.edu/international, and explore the opportunities to connect with our school. Any last words, Julia, before we wrap up?
I don't know. Take that leap.
Yay. Thanks so much. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.